Republican candidate for governor Andrew Giuliani, the son of former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, was in town today. He joins 5 other candidates hoping to beat Governor Cuomo in 2022's gubernatorial race. News Channel 2's Brent Carney sat down with him this afternoon.
The governor's race statewide is heating up, and joining us now on Smith Hill is one of those candidates. His name is Andrew Giuliani, and he is a Republican candidate. Andrew, thank you for taking the time with us.
Brent, thank you very much for having me. I got to tell you, being here in Utica, and especially at WKTV, where my mother first started her career, you know, the whole ride over here, I was talking to her about it and hearing her experiences, and then walking in and seeing her picture on the wall. This is really special for me, so it's great to be with you.
So now tell me, what made you decide that you wanted to run, and why now? Why do you think this is a good year for you?
Yeah, great question. I'll tell you really what the first impetus was. After working in the White House, I went down with President Trump to Florida to help him get set up, and frankly to take a little vacation with my wife, as I'd canceled many vacation plans over the last 4 years working in the White House. And I felt this energy, this optimism in Florida where we were, and it was great for a couple of days, but I realized what it was. It was the same exact feeling that I used to get in New York. And when I realized that, I started getting a little depressed and figuring out, will New York ever be like it was? I started talking with a couple of the president's supporters, a couple of people that I trust around the state, and realized that now is our opportunity, now is our time. I'm afraid that by 2026, too many Republican voters will have left New York State. I think there's a great window right now. We obviously know that there's an embattled governor who may or may not be the Democratic nominee. But the truth is, look, I don't want to be hyperbolic. New York will come back. I don't want to wait until I'm a grandfather, though, to see New York come back. I want to help it come back in the 2020s.
Now, can you talk about the controversy surrounding our governor, current governor? Could you kind of touch on, do you think he should run for re-election and kind of touch on that controversy?
Well, I think the first controversy I would look at is the nursing home scandal. You know, I think this is very simply the death of 15,000 New York seniors are because of Andrew Cuomo's ego. Now, let me explain that a little bit. If you remember, at the end of March, when he signed that executive order, the USS Comfort was being sent up from the Trump administration up the eastern seaboard and into the Hudson River. The Javits Center was open with beds. Andrew Cuomo signed the executive order to send 6 seniors in with healthy seniors because he did not want any other politician to get a political win. That means that Andrew Cuomo's ego got in the way of good public policy that ended up costing the lives of at least 9,000 New York seniors. He should have resigned them. He is certainly disqualified for office. On top of these current scandals that we're seeing, which I am very interested in seeing an investigation into and where that leads, yes, I think he is disqualified for office, and that's why I think we're going to beat him on November 8th, 2022.
Now, I saw that you were in Cooperstown today over in Otsego County.
Yeah.
Can you talk about, if you are elected for governor, how will you partner with our local leaders here to try and resolve some of the issues that we have here locally?
Yeah. Well, look, I think that's a great question. It's something that I'm really focused on because, look, I think all of your viewers will know, most of the state and the country knows, I'm from Manhattan. I'm from New York City. But I certainly understand that New York is a very, very diverse state. What I've been doing already from a policy perspective is putting together a team from all around the state. And, you know, from Syracuse, from Utica, from Buffalo, from Rochester, from Albany, from Plattsburgh, and from New York City to truly figure out what are the different ways that we can spark business all around New York. Look, Utica is very different than Manhattan. Right? They're 2 very, very different types of economies. But that doesn't mean that overregulation, that deregulation doesn't work in either of them. It's just you need to figure out specifically where are we deregulating here? How do we ultimately help this certain area and this area? On top of figuring out certain different defense issues, clean fracking issues. So it's something that I am getting educated on, but I feel very confident with the team that we're putting together that we're going to be able to actually bring New York back and make it truly one of the centers of the economy in the world again, and not a place that people are trying to leave for Florida, Texas, or Tennessee from.
All right, awesome. Mr. Giuliani, thank you so much for joining us, and we're going to send it right back to you.